That's right. A very good evening to each and every one of you folks. Welcome in the ring. We trust that you are great. We trust that you are well. Is it 8 o'clock yet? We couldn't wait to get to it. We hope that you guys are good wherever you're joining us from. Good to see you, Dolly Anderson. Good to see each and every one of you wherever you're joining us from tonight, folks. Have a seat. Please and thank you. Happy to see each and every one of you there. We see you. We see you. Folks, we're happy. We're happy that you all are here tonight. We got a couple of things to talk about. It's like one. Real and truly. Ali had a press conference today. It's one thing we got to talk about. So y'all know we ain't going to be long. Y'all know we ain't going to be long, folks. We talking about the president's presser. Typical Ali madness. Typical Ali madness. Tag them. Folks, you got a friend in this government, tag them. If you got Ali number, please tag him too. 600 40 40. Tag him too. You have his number, you tag him too. Right? 600 40 40. You tag him too. Please and thank you. We got a couple of things to get through tonight, folks. Wherever you're joining us from, rock and comment, pace and power, share the live that others can get valid, credible information. Don't take everything for yourself. Please and thank you. Have some behavior. Don't take everything for yourself. Ali had a precedent. That's what we're talking about. So it's going to be a short show. In conclusion, folks, that being said, in conclusion, it's going to be a short show. Ali had the press conference today. Paul Bourne, thanks for the thing, Paul. Thanks for the thing, Paul. Ali had a presser today. We're going to be talking a bit about that. And that's it. That's how we're talking about tonight. It's going to be a short show. It's going to be a very short show. Good to see you. I see Shanetta is here. Shanetta, Vanessa, Claudia. Shadel Moses, good to have you. I see Sandra Jones. I see Andra Charles. Good to see you, Andra. Sabrina Doris is here as well. Elderly Gilbert, not forgetting Enid McGinnis. CC Forbes, good to see you. Folks, it's going to be a short show. I'm telling you that. In conclusion, right? CC Forbes said, don't go just yet. He had a presser today. Y'all we ain't gonna ring them for much. We ain't gonna ring them for much. Irfan drop out UG at second year. And when you see that press conference today, you understand why. You understand why. You understand why. Yeah. To get you to a nice program, you're gonna need one of these. We're going into Ali presser, folks. You're gonna need one. Keep one. For the kinds of things you're going to hear, everything, you got to wrap off a piece. For the things you're going to hear in this Ali presser, oh, Father, you're going to need a roll. You're going to need a roll. You're going to need one. Folks, you're going to need a roll. You're going to need a roll. Good to have you, folks. Who on the live with us tonight, folks? Who on the live with us tonight? I have a talk along tonight. Ali had the presser. That being said, good night, goodbye, good luck. That being said, good folks. Dion Benjamin, I see Bernadette is here. Bernadette Patricia Miller, good to have you. Bernadette Vanessa Beatrice, good to have you. I see some folks that stick around, Sharon. Joylyn said we're going to need two, not one. Folks, tonight is going to be a crazy show. Tonight is going to be a crazy show. Hold on. It's going to be a crazy show. Look, let's stay here. Oops. It's going to be a crazy show tonight. For you're going to need some of this to get through it. Apologies. We're not this crazy in our programs usually. You know, filling around the place. If I fall off the chair, then you're going then you can see good laugh. Barbara, Penelope Hudson are telling y'all, here we're not the presser. That's how we're talking about tonight. The presser. Felt and heard around the world. Folks, let me tell you all this. They got some days like I don't even want to go back in government. Like I can just say, fun, take it. Take it. We need the content. Because I feel like if we go back in government, I got close shop with this program. We can get one boring administration, everything working for normal, the train running on time. No drama. But Irfan, Irfan is a content creator's dream come true. Content every day, sir. Folks, if we really got to explicate on what this government does on a daily basis, this install regime, we did out 3-4 hours in the night alone. We've done it 3 hours per day, hour in the morning, hour in the midday. We haven't had a podcast for a couple of days now because we've been outside, folks, gathering information. Gathering. Today was a big gathering. Even though everyone looking a little few these days, folks. Everyone looking a little few. Everyone looking a little few. Folks, I know the whole thing. I know the whole thing. We talk about the earphone presser. That's all. It's going to be a boring program. It's going to be a boring program. It's going to be a boring of the boring programs. The boringest of the boring programs. How are we talking about this earphone? How are we talking about this earphone? Right now, I can see it. I can see it. Ronald, rock back somewhere with Bay looking on. We see you. Good to see you, folks. If you are not cabinet member, I can see Jack here right now in Pradoville Twist saying, you see, I tell you, don't carry the one. You see, watch, don't got a whole program tonight. Right? Whole program. All we talking about this here from Presser. It's going to be a short program. You know, not juice here, ring it. You know, I got to pull out all these cups tonight to add some salt, add some black pepper, add some jeera to make something of this. I don't know what the producers of this program do. All they put is here fun. Now, there's only so much okra anybody could take. There's only so much okra you can eat one time. Robert King. There's only so much Corilla, Mona Moses, Deborah Sharona Lynch. You could eat at one go. How purify you can purify your blood in one day? You take a little bit, but I give you the whole thing tonight. Okra and Corilla together. They even put in little rice. You understand? Earphone presser, folks. Typical Ali madness. Typical. Folks, wherever you're joining us from, share the live, smash that emoji button, folks. And we don't run out of water. Don't do it. Don't do it. We don't run out of water. Here's what we run on.
Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
That's right.
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $in-the-ring592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments. Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
That's right.
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $in-the-ring592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union.
Yep. That's how you could partner with us. We don't run out of water to keep us moving forward. Good folks. Saving on the press up. Part 1. Typical Ali madness. Enter Kidnacimento. Folks, we there. We there. Folks say, if I'm going to press her, well, we run out. Yvette Garden, Siobhan Semple, we run out to see what happened. Folks, he didn't disappoint. Irfan did not disappoint. Was typical Ali madness. Well, when we see Irfan had to go to back and bring out Kidnacimento, we know what was what. We knew what was what. Enter Kidnacimento stage left. Folks, today was such a telling day. With one foot in the grave, they roll out. Nascimento. Well, I peel now to the television. I peel to the pewter. Hoping it pewting right. Because I watching. I see the next person coming through the curtains is Roger Luncheon. I see the next person coming through the curtains is Luncheon. Because I remember these boys here had a lot of things to talk about geriatrics in the Granger administration, and we had a couple. I thought they'd go in the other way. But the people put Kwame for sit down in the audience like a reporter, and they roll out. They got plenty things to unpack. Get your popcorn, get your cokes. I looking for luncheon whole afternoon. I see luncheon coming next. Folks, when these guys roll out, when they roll out kit with the oxygen tank, right? And the what is called it? The thing in the heart. The flipping thing. You know what we call it? I say, well, this is it now. Folks, this government is in crisis. And in fact, they had to roll out Nascimento, 1 foot in the grave. It's telling. It is quite telling. For people who say they don't like PNC, my God, they could fool we. They could fool us. Folks, we know. Everybody know where this administration stands. But if you're looking for a sign that this administration is in trouble with public relations, look no further. They bring Kwame in class and say, Kwame, sit down. You better take notes. We're going to teach you today, Kwame. We're going to teach you today. Ali bypass Kwame McCoy. Bypass Edward Lane. Well, you don't know he at MT, you know nothing. But Edward got some big position to tell me Ed Lane at DPI these days holding on for somebody. They bypass Leroy Brummel. I thought Leroy the break. They bypass Sewell Fenley. I know she's still in China. If she got her citizenship there yet, or what's she doing? Or she come back. They bypass Sewell Fenley. And folks, them boys roll out kit. Out his rocking chair. They tell us kit is 92. Oh, shucks. Well, when they bring a 92-year-old to replace you folks, you know you're there. You know what they mean in the streets. You know, don't come along be funny. You know what those things mean in the streets. Them boys roll out. Kid Nascimento, a relic of the socialist path. That's how they're in trouble with public relations. Folks, Ali showing his true colors today. Kid Nascimento too. His true colors. You see, Kid showing his colors. Kid showing his training today. Showing us how he was trained in the communist past. Women talking back to we. What name, sir? The man almost had a fight with Nazim Ragabir, head of the Guyana Press Association. You could imagine they're in so much trouble. Them men gone back now to communist strategies. Huh? That's why they roll out kit to deal with the press. Folks, we didn't see a press conference like this in a long time. Them boys said they wanted one reporter per media house. One reporter per media house. One, they said. You got one question to ask and you got to follow up. This is jeopardy. You got one question to ask and you got to follow up. We saw Kaitro News took exception to this today. Kaitro News vexed bad. One reporter per media house. You don't know, Glenn Lallis get 40 questions. One question per media house? What nonsense is this? Well, Kaitro News was very blunt about it. Give them a whole page. They were very blunt about the matter. When you see they roll out Nascimento, administration in trouble, one reporter, one media house, one question, one follow-up. This is communism all over again. This is not democracy. This is communist Russia strategies all over again. We back in the Cold War. Huh? We back in the Cold War. But what was fascinating to me? Amid all of this, good folks, amid all of this, what was very, very fascinating to me is the fact that them boy reached so far back. Bring out Kit Nascimento with the PSR. That's what I was trying to remember. I heard they had a defibrillator on standby, ambulance waiting outside. You see, oxygen tank, defibrillator, pacer. And then by wheeling Kidnassimento, it said they were in trouble. Why is it? The people always cuss me down. The PNC so bad, the this, the that, the terror. And then in moments of crisis, they always reach the PNC people. Everybody know Kidnassimento is a sworn Bornamite. We were looking for the footage, couldn't find it in time. You remember Kidnassimento on the Freddie Gildari, whatever the show is? You remember? And Kidnassimento said Burnham is the best leader this country ever had. Today, Irfan Ali said, Kidnassimento, come next to me. I like the kind of talk. I like the kind of talk. Kidnassimento was a minister under the Burnham government. Irfan Ali reached for him today. The same way Jagdeo reached Patricia Richards in the local government election. He reached for Patricia Chase Green in the local government election. In moments of crisis, why do you always go after the PNC people? If PNC so bad, that is, if the PNC so bad, why they keep going after PNC people in this manner? So they roll out Chris to help them. Why they went after Carl Greenidge? Oh, shucks. Some folks sharp in their life. They said they mentioned Carl just to see if you all following. Went after Carl Greenidge in the very same way. Why is that? If the PNC so bad? That's a question they have to answer. But no sooner they roll out Nascimento, you see the communist strategies start sinking in. Folks, look this exchange as the press conference got underway between the head of the Ghana Press Association. You see, there's even a different school, you know, progressive and modern. So anything that looks different, antiquated, old, 90s, naturally, she can be against that. There's a modern young woman. So look as the press conference get underway. Nazima didn't realize there's only one question. Didn't realize it. Take a look as the press conference got underway today. Take a listen. Typical Ali madness.
Mr. President, good morning. Thank you for dedicating another hour to spend with the media. Yes, Mr. Nascimento, Ragabir, Luke Caribbean. Sir, the Midyear Commission of Inquiry, I know you would identify Major General retired Joe Singh. Have you identified the other people who would be sitting on that commission? And in terms of the terms of reference, I know a couple of weeks ago it was still to be drawn up. Could you say at this time if it has been, or elaborate on what those terms would be? On the consultative process for the constitutional reform, is there a time frame that your government will be working with? And on the backdrop of the COI for the Elections Commission and the fact that we had local government elections just recently, are you satisfied with the Ghana Elections Commission performance? And during and after the local government elections, what needs to change, if anything? That's all.
You asked 4 questions.
Yeah, or 5.
You will ask 1 and a follow-up. I will not have 1 reporter ask a series of questions.
Okay. I would hope that the president would.
If that happens, I'm speaking. If that happens, then other reporters will get no opportunity to ask 1 question and a follow-up, and wait your turn to ask the second and the third.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Not yet.
Well, you know, this is one of the problems that we have. We have to respect systems, and there's a moderator that is communicating to you. I think that you ought to, as we show respect to you, you ought to demonstrate some level of respect to the moderator. That is a natural course of professional journalism. And I'm open at all times to the media and journalists. You know this, Nazima.
Mr. President, good morning. Thank you for dedicating another hour to.
Folks, that was the press conference getting underway. That was the press conference getting underway. As we talking about respect, as Ali brought up the subject matter about respect, let me put a pin right there. Right? What disrespect is this to Kwame? I didn't know that Kit was part of this administration in this way. As we're talking about respect for people and for systems, because Kwame manages communications for the government. That is his role. That is why you taxpayers are paying him handsomely. So as we on the issue of respect, why was Kwame relegated, folks? Relegated, as we saw there. Huh? To taking notes on his phone in the press conference. We didn't notice Kid looked like he fell asleep a couple times. Well, if he's 92, what do you expect? Bedtime is around 10:30 in the morning. Right? So we didn't notice. We have fought Kid for that. Kid is operating at his age and stage in life. So we didn't fault him for that. But as we on respect, as we on systems, I thought the system was the man you have put there for operate the press and so on to oversight. He was giving you front row. Folks, this was a rebuke to McCoy. They have zero. If you didn't believe it before, they have zero confidence in McCoy. McCoy just out there like a fat foot hustler. This was a rebuke to McCoy. You haven't got no confidence in he? And you know what? It is showing the cracks in the administration. Because Kwame is a Jagdioite. And Irfan seems to be building a base of the Irfanites. Folks, this story want more people. Irfan seems to be building a base of the Irfanites. That's what's going down here, folks. And today, that battle was laid bare for all to see. For all to see. And you're getting a little glimpse. The curtain is being pulled back a little bit. But I want you all to know, Kwame taking this easy. We hear that Kwame was spotted tonight on his way to Pradoville 2. Or is it 3? Kwame gone and complain. Kwame gone and complain. Zero confidence in him. And folks, he even bringing in his own PR team. Right? Jaggy, you can send Kwame for watchman me and babysit me and try for Julius me. Don't do it. So Irfan is pushing out Jagdio's people and seemingly building his own team. But here's where you're going to start. At 92. At 92. So this is a clear demarcation. A line is being drawn in the stand here. I'm my own man. You keep your PR man over the side. Put you on the other side of the line. I can go to Bornamite. Well, you see, Irfan would rather a Bornamite than we have in Kidnacimento. Well, Irfan would rather Bornamite to a PPPite, a Jagdio PPPite. That is Kwame McCoy. You must know where we are. You must know. They're like PNC, but they're gone with Kidnacimento. They're like PNC, but they're gone with Carl Greenwich. They're gone with Chase Green. They're gone with Trisha Richards. They're gone with Barbara Pilgrim. But they're like PNC. Oh, what the other way of showing it. But folks, Nazima Ragabir asked some important questions. You know, where are we in local government election? Are you pleased with the system? Is not what she asked him. And then where are we with the COI into the 20 dead children of Madhya? Folks, here was Irfan's response. Let's start with Madhya. Here was his response on the question Nazima Ragabir asked him after the communists tried to stop her. The communists tried to stop her. She asked about local government election. Are there things you saw that you didn't like? You know, GCOM took a little while to release all of the figures, to release the results. Anything you would change, Irfan? Here's your boy response.
So let me say on the COI, I'm in consultation with a number of potential candidates. I have not confirmed their acceptance at this time, so I cannot dare speak on their behalf. But I'm hoping that before the end of this week, that we can have the full complement constituted for the COI.
Folks, that was Irfan on the Midyear COI. That was his response there. He said, spoke to a number of persons. Folks, how many days ago did those 20 children perish in that Midyear fire? How many days ago did that happen? Please and thank you. How many days ago did that happen? He said, now talking with them. Coming soon. Out front parts. Coming soon. That's what he said. We coming soon on that front. We coming soon. Here's response again on the Midyear COI. On the Midyear COI. And then, good folks, we're going to take his response as well on local government election. Are there things you would change, Mr. President? Haven't seen how you guys rolled out local government election 2023. Are there things you would correct? So here's his response on the Midyear COI again. And then we're going to take his response on GCOM and if there's anything he would change. As asked by the head of the Ghana Press Association, journalist Nazima Raghaber.
So let me say on the COI, I'm in consultation with a number of potential candidates. I have not confirmed their acceptance at this time, so I cannot dare speak on their behalf. But I'm hoping that before the end of this week, that we can have the full complement constituted for the COI. In terms of GCOM, listen, at the end of the day, once we have free, fair, and credible elections, we all should be satisfied. And that is what we look for. Elections that are free, fair, and credible.
Yep. As long as we got free, fair, and credible election, that's all. We ain't concerned how it end up free, fair, and credible. We ain't concerned how the vote get in the box, how late the result late, who jumped through window, who faint away. Right? We ain't concerned if credit hold press conference or not, for accountability, for transparency, for good governance. We ain't concerned with all of that. If in our estimation they were free, fair, and credible, that's all that matters. Once we win, that's what we really saying. That's what everyone's saying here. Once we win, what y'all worried about? I saw some folks on social media. We need a third camera over here, so we got to come in. Bam, 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 bam. Part 2. Part 2, folks. We saw some folks on social media say that this was a mid-year report. This wasn't no press conference. It was Irfan offering a mid-year report. That is what some folks on social media told us. It was a mid-year report. Mid-year report. Irfan quoting all kind of figures. This is how much job we create. You don't know how he arrived at the figure. He says a guesstimation. Right? Because if you got a company come in, of course a company must be hiring 1,000 person. And that 1,000 person, feeding a family of 6. It's 1,000 by 6. So this is how much people we employing. Pulling figures out of thin air. Guesstimation. Folks, sheer guesstimation. I don't know if that's how Kit advised you. But this is guesstimation. Right? This is guesstimation. And it spoke directly to governance under the PPP. It spoke directly to governance under the PPP. Midyear report. Hardly going good, good, good. Folks, we there. Hardly going good, good, good. Hardly make a detour. Like a true communist. Hardly make a detour. Everybody have to learn Spanish. Hardly going good, good, He talking about maths. He talking about English. Folks, we ain't doing too good in maths. Folks, the things on the syllabus, fighting we adding more. I believe it is important for everybody to learn a foreign language. It's not nothing bad, it's not nothing thing. But you got to prepare for this thing. You just wake up one morning and say, I'm going to learn Mandarin. You got a lot of time for the class. How we going to fit in your schedule? What's the purpose you want to learn Mandarin for? There's a whole number of things. Folks, we're in trouble. Governance in this country in trouble. Y'all remember Ali told us. He wake up one morning, he want to go to the burial ground. But like the man went, he come back with Kit Nascimento. I know it's what you tell him. I don't know it's what you tell him. At least every student in this country, every person must learn Spanish. Hold on. It gets worse because it has implications for cabinet members too. I can see Damlal throwing a party tonight. I can see Damlal throwing a party tonight. Damlal says, good thing I gone. It's good thing I gone. It has implications for cabinet members too. So listen to Ali talk about how we gotta learn Spanish now. Everybody gotta learn Spanish. Right? Everybody. And he gives you the reason why. Ali gives us the reason why. Everybody gotta know Spanish. Everybody. Just so you know, Ali going good. On the script, reading good. 1 hour reading on the script. The Midyear report. Then Ali make a swim out, sir. Like a breaststroke. Like an idea just hit his Spanish. People says typical Ali madness. Typical Ali madness. Take a look, folks. And take a listen. Ali and his Spanish and his reasons.
We're now looking at our national policy on solid waste and the new solid waste management bill, a national zoning plan, new regional and urban planning framework, master plan to achieve universal secondary education. On this note, commencing from September, Spanish will now become compulsory in our school system. Our national infrastructure master plan, the reformulation of an integrated water resource management system. In terms of Spanish, I hope that now I've seen.
Hold on. Hold on, good folks. Hold on. I didn't plan for cut. I didn't plan for comeback, but hold on. Hold on, folks. Here you go, Ali, talking about solid waste. I want you to understand. And then he's talking about a national solid waste plan, right? A master plan. And in the middle of that, he said, oh, by the way, we're learning Spanish from September, everybody. And he got back off. And it's only later on the press conference, he come back to this thing. Here's why I tell you an hour ago, we're learning Spanish from September. Right? Listen to how he put it over. He's talking about solid waste. So we don't know how serious to take him, but we come prepared. We don't know how serious to take him, but we have come prepared. And you don't catch me like that. You don't catch me anywhere. We come prepared. He's talking about solid waste. And then Ali just plunge off. Just plunge off. He's like, Ali go for a visit Kaicho to take in the scenery and son. And then he just run off. I believe I can fly. Just like that. He just take off. So solid waste, Spanish, and then master plan. Listen to it again. Solid waste, Spanish, master plan. It's only late in the press conference, and we've joined the two clips. So you'll see one party standing up. And that's another thing. Oh, Ali can't stand for 2 hours. Like he got dropsy. He foot weak. He got 10 ankles. He talk like but he sit down. So when he started the press conference, he introduced this idea. Solid waste, Kung Si, Poops, and so on. Then he got Spanish next. Spanish from September. Just Jesus. Take a listen again. Folks, take a listen again. Take a listen. Take a look.
We're now looking at our national policy on solid waste, on a new solid waste management bill, a national zoning plan, new regional and urban planning framework, master plan to achieve universal secondary education. On this note, commencing from September, Spanish will now become compulsory in our school system. Our national infrastructure master plan, the reformulation of an integrated water resource management system. In terms of Spanish, I hope that now I've seen, give you a personal example. One of my greatest regrets now that I'm in this, have this responsibility for Guyana, is that I dropped Spanish in secondary school. And being in a continent in South America where we celebrate we're the only English-speaking country, we have to realize too that we're part of this continent that speaks Spanish. And I believe we're going to do the future young people of our country an injustice if we don't point them into this direction. Because if you want to be competitive internationally, you have to have the second language. If you want to land yourself international jobs, if we want to say that we're developing the highly skilled human resource base, then this becomes necessary. And I'm hoping that not only will the school implement this, but the private sector. The private sector would also move towards having their children trained their employees trained in Spanish. I'm also going to move to have the cabinet take compulsory classes, maybe at midnight. We will also work on see whether we can launch an online platform for any Guyanese who want to learn Spanish to go on that platform and learn Spanish. Now, if you go on Regent Street today, you will see that in many stores they actually have someone who speaks Spanish employed. So it will come upon us if we don't get ahead of the curve and get it done. So I've asked for a full assessment. I've been told that we have adequate capability, especially at the secondary level, to have this compulsory Spanish taught. We have also engaged a number of bilateral partners to loan us human resource assets in this period of transition, because I would want that at least from what is it? What do you call it? Grade 4? What is primary 4 now? Primary 3? Grade 5. Grade 5. At least from grade 5, grade 4, grade 5, you start the process. Technology also gives us an opportunity to build an online platform through the learning channel that we can deliver this training also. So I think that we have enough capacity, and we're going to build the capacity, I think, by September to have this introduced, at least from to start from grade 4 or 5.
Brings it to folks. Ali said he regret he didn't learn Spanish earlier, because now he going some places, everybody talking Spanish, he feeling left out. I got regrets too. So he regret he learned Spanish. So we got to learn Spanish now. Cabinet people got to learn Spanish at 12 in the night. It's true the Bible said, no rest for the wicked. No rest for the wicked. 12 o'clock, at least the cabinet members got to learn Spanish at 12, at midnight. I don't know why he come to 12 o'clock midnight. Maybe that's a free time. But it bears truth to what the good book says. That's how I know that book is real, you know. The Bible, that's how I know it's prophetic. I hope you are sharing the damn life. We want other folks to get valid, credible information. No rest for the wicked. 12 o'clock in the night. You all learning y'all Spanish. Huh? Learning y'all Spanish. Oh my God. How the fuck? I know some of y'all said that's Spanish. Oh, Father, arrivederci. Hola, hola. I can see Kwame. The PR thing I'm working out. Hola, Senor Irfan. This thing what about people. That's what we send them there for. Not for govern this country, for learn Spanish at 12 in the night. Oh, Father, I thought you got bring something when you come in. Huh? I thought you got bring something. This government ain't easy. This government ain't easy. Cabinet, Irfan said he regret. He learned Spanish. So we got to learn Spanish now. Folks, I got a lot of regret. I regret he's president. What are we going to do about them? What are we going to do about that? But folks, I'm frightened now. I'm frightened. Because if Irfan went to a couple countries, right? And all we got to learn Spanish now because he put up with two people who talk in Spanish and he can't hear. So we got to learn Spanish now. We're in trouble. I can tell you all why we're in trouble. I'm frightened bad for we. I'm frightened bad. Right? Because if I'm going to China, folks with problems, if I'm going to China, and God forbid the Pope should want to see him where they talk Latin. If I'm going to China, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. I don't want these press conferences, but like I'm frightened to have another one. Like I'm frightened. This is punishment now. Who got a toilet paper? Who got a toilet paper? Huh? I tell you, the press conference, we on standby. We on standby. If I'm going to China, you think I'm lying? The fella's going to China, and he told us some of the things they're going to be discussing there in China. He can't tell you everything. But he can be asking them for the Mandarin syllabus. I can tell you. Watch the next press conference. He gonna asking them for the Mandarin syllabus. Watch the next press conference. If I'm going to China. But before I get there, this is madness, folks. This is madness. You don't just wake up one day like you want to go do a life in the burial ground and say the chair must learn Spanish. It's good to know foreign language. No trouble there. I with you there. But these things you gotta plan them. You gotta do the groundwork. See if you got infrastructure. And then you go. Here, friends go on a plot of land and say, I will say. Right? Knock up the wood. No wood on the ground. No steel beam, no sack cement, nothing. And he telling people, move the hammer from there. Pick up the chain. Nothing there, you know. If consult with the Ministry of Education. He didn't ask for a report before this announcement. Do we got the capacity? Do we have the teachers? He didn't ask nothing. Where are we going to find hundreds of Spanish teachers now before September? Huh? Like everyone went out on North Road recently. Like somebody on North Road whispering earphone ears recently. We get this thing from. He didn't do no research. He didn't say he talked to Priya. He asked for a report. Based on what we have, I think we can do it by September. Huh? They promised things are coming, they're going to raise teachers' salary 50%. You're going to bring Spanish teacher now, but tell me why you can't give me 50%? Why you can't fulfill the promise? Huh? But you can hire hundreds of more teachers. You're slick here, fun. You're slick. Just like that, schools must include Spanish from Form 1 to 5. We can see September, a lot of schools won't get to know no Spanish teachers. And folks, hold on. You remember I told y'all, some people spot Kwame heading to Pradoville too, complaining. How Nascimento with a pacer, 1 foot in the grave, come and take he walk at 92. Folks, why are you giving up on life? If at 92, Nascimento hold in press conference, some of y'all is barely 60, y'all don't give up. Them boys say the spot Kwame going up to Pradoville too. But people tell me the spot Prieto. Priya never pocket tourists. We hearing Priya hear this announcement. It's one set of expletives people hearing coming out of HQ and break down there. One set of FSPQ, RS, LB, DTQQ. All kinds all kinds of things. People say Priya took off. Priya even wait for the driver. Come, bring the Prado around. the gas guzzler for she drive up, or she's driven up to Prattville too. When Priya heard the announcement, we heard that Priya started walking. Priya started walking to Prattville too and said, tell him reach me up along the way. Nonsense. Tell him reach me up along the way. Priya started walking to Prattville too. Folks, it's madness. But I told y'all, I'm frightened. I'm frightened bad because Ali going to China.
In addition to our national transformative plan that we are discussing with all our bilateral partners, we also have climate, energy, and food security as key areas and key topics for discussion with China. As I said to you, all of you here, that we are looking to provide global leadership. And global leadership requires us communicating with all our partners what we want to achieve, where we see things, and to share ideas. We have also common bilateral and multilateral concerns that we'll be discussing, I'm sure. So I would say that our agenda has some specifics, but also it is broad enough to look at new areas of cooperation, including technology and security. Those are things that will be raised.
So they can be discussing a lot of things. You see in diplomatic speak, it's got to slow it down and unpack. You see the bilateral concerns, it's really multilingual. It's language concerns. I'm frightened because by September, his Mandarin will be backside. Spanish and Mandarin in one syllabus. So no use of a farmer. And you picking your subjects and you want to do Spanish. You're going to be compelled if I'm going to pay for the subject. If I'm going to pay for the subject, fine, right? You understand what's happening here? Folks, this was the mid-year report. This was the mid-year report. People say, what's the press conference? He even spoke for hour 60 minutes. He took questions for about half hour. He read. He didn't speak extemporaneously. He came with his report and he read verbatim for about an hour and 60 minutes. We clock it. Right? And one time I said, this is Ashley budget speech. Word for word. Word for word. But in the mid-year report that Ali called a press conference today, he joined the nurses. These are the people who killing the nurses in school in Linden, talking about nurses shortage. And they built a nursing school in Region 6. They built a nursing school in Region 2, but killing the nursing school in Linden. That train me auntie, that train me mother, that train me aji. And then more than that, Karen Daly. Them boys said they're bringing in nurses. All the teachers, the other time was only here with the Spanish. Them boys said they're bringing nurses. They have a shortage of nurses, but they're closing down the nursing school in Linden. Then checking in students. They said too much of nurses coming from Linden. Too much of nurses. See on Salvatore coming from Linden. Nobody's being spared. Just they're gonna bring in a replacement president from El Salvador. Just now, watch and see. They're gonna ship in ministers. And at any rate, it might be badly needed. It might be badly needed. So, folks, the mid-year report led to the nurses. Hear what Ali had to say about the nurses. Hear what he had to say.
The working we've completed the construction of 2 new nursing schools with modern classrooms and dormitories. Beginning this year, the new nursing school in Region 6 and 2 will take in students. I think as I speak to you now, in our program to allow anyone with entry requirement who want to do nursing to have that opportunity, we have more than 1,200 Guyanese registered in our nursing program nationally. The whole world now is on an active drive of recruiting nurses all over. So we have to find the immediate measure the medium term and long term. The medium and long term is to train and retrain and train more than the capacity that you need. But the immediate term, for example, for nurses, is to have nurses come into the system from external sources. We're in discussion now, for example, with Cuba. Up to this morning, I had a long discussion with the ambassador to see if we can get Cuban nurses to come into the system now in the immediate period to help to fill that gap because of the tremendous shortage that we have. The same thing for construction workers and labor. We have these challenges.
Yep. Yep. Nursing school for Region 6. But you're shutting down the nursing school in Region 10. Folks, you understand what's happening here? Guyanese at home and abroad. You understand what's happening here? You're closing down one there. There's a nursing shortage. But you're shutting down the nursing school in Linden. But you're opening one in Region 6 and Region 2. Yeah? Apartheid state administrators. We see y'all. And the shortage so much. We got to bring nurses from Cuba. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So, folks, that was part 2. That was part 2. Right? But before we finish, before we run out of part 2, they turn to Suriname. In this mid-year report, the mid-year Clung report. Thanks for that. Before we wrap up part 2, the mid-year Clung report, Suriname. Well, here what the fun said about Suriname. It has us a little baffled, ruffled, even. Here, Irfan on Suriname. Here, y'all boy. Jack New Million. Here, y'all boy.
Our relations with Suriname have improved to the point of solid economic cooperation that benefit both peoples of both countries, the people of both countries. The fact that both the government of Guyana and Suriname have chosen quiet but constant diplomacy to continuously explore ways to peacefully resolve issues should not be mistaken for neglect. Our second objective is to win and maintain respect for our nation in the global community through our unwavering support for the principles set out in the Charter of the United Nations. Those principles embrace upholding human rights and fundamental freedoms, including non-discrimination, maintaining international peace and security, developing friendly relations amongst nations, contributing to international cooperation to solve international issues, and honoring our obligation to obey the UN Charter, to cooperate with the UN Security Council, and to pursue peaceful means to resolve conflicts. Our relations with Suriname.
Folks, if you share the live yet, you're wicked. I even think I want to share the next part. If you share the live yet, you're wicked. You stink, you're wicked, and you're dirty. Just like them. If you share the live yet, and give you some time for share though. If you haven't shared yet, you're wicked. You better share it. Because I don't think I want to go to this next part if you don't share it. The guy said with the touch here. I don't think I'm going to want to share. I don't think I'm going to want to I don't think I'm going to want to go on to the next part. If y'all don't share the live, folks. If you don't smash that emoji, but I don't think I want to share the next part. Because the next part had to do with Darmlal. I don't think I'm going to want to share it. I tell you up front, I don't think I will want to share it. Who vex vex? Who vex vex? I don't think I'm going to want to share it. Give me some time to share it. Give me some time to share the live. Give me some time to share the live. I don't talk. I don't talk. Intermission. Intermission. I don't talk. Folks, the press conference went to Darmlal. But this was the done for we. This was the done for us. The press conference went to Darmlal. This is the final part. Folks, the press conference, I can miss Ali when he got, I tell you up front, I can miss Ali when he got. Ali, had the opportunity to be a good installed president. But he ran out the crease. He went to Nascimento on his way out himself. Ali out on his way out, he on his way out, He ran out the crease. Folks, the first question today went to Darmlal. And this was the young Vashani Raghubir from Newsroom asked about Darmlal's replacement. And for folks who are new to this issue, a 16-year-old made some damning allegations against the Minister of Local Government. They said he's innocent. He didn't do nothing. She telling lies. A letter going around where she's saying nothing never happened, but he resigned still. He resigned still. Right? She never do nothing. He never do nothing. Everybody's angels. But he resigned still. So the press conference turned to Darmlal. Share the Darmlal. I feel like we have to stop the program right here. Because some of you are taking me for granted. This is the final part. So the reporter asked about Darmlal's replacement. Darmlal's replacement. Right? The president, folks, he had a vexed bad. He was light-hearted throughout the press conference. Because he didn't come with much. He ain't got much content. He asked you to ring this thing for hour and this. He had much content. He had much. And we went on standby the whole time. We went on standby. He had much. So they asked him, Darmlal is resigned. When can we hear about his replacement? The young upstart from Newsroom, nice young lady, slim, good looking, nice hair and so on. From Newsroom, same one. From Newsroom, asked about Darmlal's replacement. This is the entryway into the discussion on Darmlal. The final part. Here is your boy.
The process. Right now, I'm looking at different aspects of government, as you have seen in my presentation. I'm looking at full functioning of government, and before the end of this week, I'll be making some announcements, which includes the reassignment and assignment of the responsibility in that portfolio. The process. Right now, I'm looking at different aspects of government, as you have seen in my presentation. I'm looking at full functioning of government, and before the end of this week, I'll be making some announcements, which includes the reassignment and assignment of the responsibility in that portfolio.
Ali said by this weekend, we gonna know. Did he enter the cabinet reshuffle? Is it us? When you're passing these things, you're stripping it for some juice. You might infer things that are not there. Is it us? Or Ali saying a little reshuffle in cabinet? Some portfolio reassignment? Or just the Darmlal one? Is it we? Or is it them? You never can tell with Ali. You never can tell. So that was the first question asked. Folks, the next question, you notice how short he was? Right? That clip was what? Let me see if we can see it here. That clip was 30 seconds in a 2-hour plus press conference. That's probably the shortest response of any question. 30. They won't talk about this at all. And look, Ali get heated when they asked him about the statement he issued from Trinidad. Right? They asked him, this is Marcel Thomas from Starbuck News. She said, Chief, Big Sahib, catfish. A lot of people say that this statement showed no compassion for the girl. Right? But she now learning how the communists operate. She now learning, Marcel, nice journalist, now learning how the communists operate. Women, rights. You see how Nascimento at 95 tried to handle Nazima? You see that? The head of the press association. Right? Nascimento tried to handle like that. Much more. A young lady of no known, what do you call it? No notoriety. Better way of putting it. Right? An ordinary citizen. How much more her? So Marshall Thomas said, Chief, a lot of people complain that this statement here, they didn't really think too little thingish, but this girl, right? Here from response. Here from response. This thing a little thingish. I'm happy that Marcel Thomas of Starbucks News asked the question. Take a look and take a listen.
First of all, I want to make it very clear that children and women and their welfare is of utmost importance to me and this government. There is absolutely no time in which this government will put the welfare of women and children on second burner or third burner. The welfare of women and children is of utmost importance to us. At the time, I was dealing specifically with state agency that made a pronouncement and my consequential action in relation to that pronouncement. Haven't heard from the minister. That is all it is. I have complete respect and regard for children and women. They are at the top of my priority and this government priority. The leadership of this party is decided by the members of this party at a Congress. Every member, leader of the party is elected.
So I won't bring you all back there before it goes to the other aspects. I got to bring you all back in. Back up yourself, audience out there. Back up yourself, Muriel, Altia, Sukchan, Jennifer. Back up yourself. In Simona Broom's voice. Valerie, Jennifer Griffith, Chloe Haynes. Back up yourself. Back up yourself. So in the second part, they asked him about Dharmlal's future in the party. Right? But before we get there to Dharmlal's future in the party, again, folks, remember, let me slow it down for y'all. Because politics tend to go by fast. And when I'm dealing with a politician of Irfan ilk, you're in trouble. Big say him. Catfish, you're in trouble. He can flip away fast from you. Flip away fast and jump back in the water and escape. Marcel Thomas, a good journalist, a great journalist from Starbucks News, said, Big Sahib, why your statement didn't mention this girl? Right? To the effect that we're concerned about this young lady, we care for her safety, her well-being, and we will do everything in our power to safeguard nothing. But it is bad enough that the statement from Trinidad didn't mention her at all. That was bad enough. But even in his response today, I want you to listen carefully, he never mentions her. He says we care about girls, nothing about the complainant, the victim, the alleged victim, according to the crime chief, nothing. We are concerned about women and girls, period. He didn't talk about this. He didn't make no reference to the complainant. He is speaking in generalities. I want to slow it down so you have an appreciation. Listen back to it now. And then he talks about Dharmlal's position in the party moving forward. That's the second half when he talks about party elections and that kind of stuff. So Thomas says, you mentioned in your statement from Trinidad when you said Damlal resigned. He said wasn't focusing on that at that point. He has a second opportunity in today's press conference. Right? In today's press conference, he has a second opportunity to do that again. He can't find it in himself. The communists in them, he can't find it in himself to say, I'm in solidarity with this young woman. Whether she's right or she's wrong, she's going through something at 16 years old in her life. And as a father, I can stand up with she. No. He ain't got time with that. Right? He don't have time with that. Listen to the fella again. And then he goes on about party politics.
First of all, I want to make it very clear that children and women and their welfare is of utmost importance to me and this government. There is absolutely no time in which this government will put the welfare of women and children on second burner or third burner. The welfare of women and children is of utmost importance to us. At the time, I was dealing specifically with state agency that made a pronouncement and my consequential action in relation to that pronouncement. Haven't heard from the minister. That is all it is. I have complete respect and regard for children and women. They are at the top of my priority in this government priority. The leadership of this party is decided by the members of this party at a Congress. Every leader of the party is elected at, but I want to make this point very clearly. You know, we have to follow rules, we have to follow system. And I'm working as president of Ghana to build systems that serve the population. System in which the population can find honor in being part of, and system through which we can trust. Just before, and I don't want to comment on this, just before I came to this press conference, some letter that is circulating was brought to my attention. I have not even read it. But I am saying to you that in the course of natural justice, the justice system must work. In the course of natural justice, the system that supports natural justice must be allowed to work. And that is what the president did. Whether the minister who is a citizen would have any work in government is not something I've considered that he has requested at this moment.
Yep. Folks, that response was 3 minutes, 11 seconds long. And he never talks about the complainant ones. We are interested in the women and girls, except this one here. Right? We want systems that you can trust, systems of honor. This one here, that looked into the affairs of this young lady. This same system, a system of honor and of trust. But hold on. Hold on. The man about to get vexed. Irfan about to get vexed. Because Irfan said, I done talk 3-4 minutes too long. on this topic already in a 2-hour press conference. 4 minutes too long already on this. A 16-year-old threatening to bring down me government. Y'all trust the system. Y'all trust the system. Systems of honor. Right? Even talk about seeing a letter in circulation that is purported to be from this complainant after she said she won't go forward with the case. But nobody talks about the statements rather, plural, that she made while she was in state care. If I don't want to talk about them statements, it's now that she's outside, she dropped the case, damn well gone off into the sunset, right? Let me talk about the statements purportedly issued by her after the fact. But the statements that she swore to blossom people, to chilling people, and others. Don't let me talk about them statements, Irfan Ali. Let me talk about the systems of honor. Right? In which the DPP sent back, everybody said all the elements for rape and sodomy right in those initial statements. But the DPP sent back for more investigation, and then we get this no furtherance of the case. Oh, let me talk about those systems of honor. Right? DPP sent back the case of foreign investigation, and in the course of that investigation, the crime chief ran out and announced this to the public. He sent back the file. He announced to the public, the girl want to press the charges. Let me talk about them systems of honor. The girl in one of those statements says she messaged Irfan Ali. He ain't got a word on that. But now he want to talk about the things he seen in circulation after she dropped the case. Those systems of honor, right? Where ministers buggering 16-year-old, viciously raping 16-year-old. Those systems of honor. And how dare Svetlana Marshall from Newsroom to ask him about an independent investigation. How dare her hint that you want to bring the RSS, the RAS from Barbados, like how they brought them for what do you call it? Dion, whatever the fellow name, the policeman, right? Whatever his name is. But then we might get nothing out of them neither. You see? How dare Svetlana Marshall ask him about independent investigation, because after all, folks, we have systems of honor. Not so. Not so. We got systems of honor. So how dare Svetlana Marshall, for the close-up, ask him about an independent investigation? That's what she asked. Take a look, good folks, and take a listen.
First of all, I think it's insulting to say that our system is not independent. From day one, the president of Guyana made it clear that the system would be allowed to work. In every country, there is a system, starting with the Child Care Protection Agency, what's the name of the agency? Human Services, Blossom, the police, the DPP. These are all independent agencies. These are all independent agencies that are working not only in Nigel Damlar case, but working in many other cases in the country. These are the same agencies that existed when allegations were made against former ministers of our government. I never heard that question from you then. I never heard it from you. I'll ask you to refer to them to give those examples. But we have to allow the systems in the country to work. The president did not intervene in the investigation. The president did not do the investigation. These are independent agencies set up in accordance with the constitution and rule of law of the country. And as president and as a government, we have to have trust in our institutions. We have to have trust in our institution.
Trust the system. We know what's best for you. Spanish, Latin, Mandarin. Trust the system. Right? If you get bugger, if you get sodomite, trust the system. God damn it. Systems of honor, of course, and invalid votes, but trust the system. Trust it. Trust me. Trust the system. Trust the people. Trust everybody. Trust the system. I never hear you ask. But trusting the system and independent investigation for 2 ministers who were accused of rape and sodomy of a 16-year-old. So why you ask me about independent investigation for Damlal? How dare you? You go and ask them. Trust the system. When the complainant messaging, he trust the system. Trust it. Trust the system. Trust the system, folks. Share the live. Smash that emoji button, good folks. Partner with us. She was only 16, folks. Only 16. That's why one year know. Share the damn live. Smash that emoji button for us, good folks. Please and thank you. Share the live. Smash that emoji button and come let me. Share the live. Smash that emoji. That's our time tonight, folks. And that's our program. That's all we have for y'all. I tell you, it's going to be a short program. We have to ring this one for juice. I tell you, it's going to be a short program. That's it for us in this end. Thanks for joining us. Wherever you're joining us from tonight, folks, that's our time and that's our program. Good to see you, folks out there. Trust the system. Trust the system. Typical Ali madness. Trust the system. Folks, I hope this is the one time. I hope they'll let Irfan go to China by himself. Do not let Irfan go alone to China. I beg y'all. Begging y'all. Let me take up a little bit here. Begging y'all. Don't let Irfan go to China alone, please. Please. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ministry of Foreign Affairs got to save we. Got to save us. You know Chinese how they stay. Next thing you know, they own this whole country. Irfan come back, he see a big sign going up, welcome to New China. Please don't let Irfan go by himself. We pray. He does not go there and play and tinker around. Next thing you know, we're in trouble with the Americans. Next thing you know, we're in trouble with the Americans. Please, y'all don't send Ali alone to China. Ali is unprepared. Unprepared. Diplomacy is not about cooking curry and sending it on the aircraft. Right? It's not about cooking and sending curry to Barbados. That's not diplomacy. I'm begging y'all. Jack, you go with it. Like how you walk with him to the UN. Yeah? Like how you walk with him to Washington. I'm begging you, Jack, you go with it. For all our sakes. Next thing you come back and we see a big sign. Welcome to New China. Go with it. I'm begging. For all Guyanese, go with him. Diplomacy is not cooking catfish and sending it on a private jet to Barbados. It's more than that. It's more than that. That's the final bell, folks. That's our time. That's our program. Share the live before you go, please. And thank you. And partner with us as well so that we can bring you more valid and credible information. Thanks to the 5,000 plus of you who joined our program over the last hour plus. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's not going to be a long show. It's not going to be a long show. No. We had enough content for a long show. But that being said, folks, that being said, have a fantastic rest of the evening. Peace and power. Stay safe, folks. Stay safe. Candidate Energy, Rhonda, McDonald, Sharon, Joseph, Anne-Marie Roberts, Kim Road, Bella Mona, Charles Nelson, Joylyn Cook, Rosetta Barchan. Stay well, good folks. Peace and power. That's the time. And that's our program. Stay safe. Thanks, Ronald. And thanks, Bay, for watching. Peace and power. Ronald and Bay, thank you so much.